welcome to another unboxing of a great coin series game by GMT Games, Falling Sky, the Gallic revolt against Caesar. So I think this is the first coin series that focuses on antiquity. Obviously this is a game of the Romans versus all of Gaul and the various tribes. So pretty excited. The picture's beautiful. It's a little bit dark on the front, but I think this is a great painting. And you probably can't see it very well, but there's maybe a barbarian or a Germanic tribe member there with a bow and arrow. So kind of cool. We'll go ahead and get right to it, but this is really a great day for me. I received both Falling Sky in a shipment and a Distant Plane. So I now own a grand total of 4 coin games. So I'm pretty excited. So Falling Sky, there we go. We got the plastic off. While I'm opening this, we do have a blog, The Player's Aid, on WordPress.com. I did write a series on why I believe the coin series of games are so amazing and so fantastic. So if you're thinking about buying them, you might want to get on there and check that out because I think it has a lot of good points. So here we go, Falling Sky. Once again, great rule book. This rule book appears to be a little bit thicker than a Distant Plane. This has 32 pages. Once again, same quality, good thick paper. Full color illustrations, and there's always a lot of great examples. That's always one thing I like about the GMT games. They tend to treat you like you're dumb, and I'm grateful for that because a lot of these games are extremely complex. Here's the playbook. Great picture of Caesar there leading some Roman legions, but it has a playthrough example. It also will contain a specific listing of all of the cards, and I believe there are 72 cards, so you can refer back to this manual to get better understanding and some historical background on each of the cards. So great rules and playbook, always a very good part of the coin games. One of the differences in this game is that typically on the board they will print out the areas for the different factions. In this game, they've actually given you cards, which you will keep in front or near you for the faction that you're playing. Here's the Belgic tribes, the Averni, the Roman Republic, the Aedui, and the Germanic tribes. So they're separate. You'll put your bases, you'll put your available troops and your leaders, as well as your citadel and your markers, so that you can play those on the board. So that's a little bit different. They seem to be a little thin, which I'm surprised by, but definitely good color, good print, and they're sturdy enough that they're going to do a good job. So there's that. They also have player aids, as is normal with these games. They're a little bit thinner than some of the previous ones, but here you can see the Germanic tribes, and then there's a sequence of play on the back of those. And then, as is usual, here they have the bots. So you can play solo or less than 4 people. Maybe you control 1 or 2 factions, and then you can have some of the factions be controlled by a bot. You'll follow these flowcharts. I've had varying degrees of success with the flowcharts and the bots. Mainly, I don't know that I'm patient enough. I always end up, by the end, seemingly taking the best action that I think is the best for those factions. But that definitely is a good, fully playable way. Battle procedure aid, as well as some of the other aids that come with the game. Here are the faction sheets, which list all of the commands and the special abilities. You can see those listed there. They look very similar to some of the previous games. Each one of them will have some different items. For instance, Entreat, Devastate are new. Rampage is a new one. Sounds kind of barbarian-like. Here's Subburn. There's definitely some different actions and abilities that are executable by the factions. 1 for each player, well made. Also 1 counter sheet with this game. As you can see, great color, great detail. I feel like their counters are superior and very well done. And you'll notice also that for those that like to clip counters and keep them nice and tidy, the big counters already come rounded, which I think is just fantastic. I do clip but it's great to have these already clipped and rounded. You'll notice the smaller ones are not clipped or rounded, so you will have to clip those. You can see there's different counters there, really well done, but all on one sheet, which is pretty amazing. So now on to the board. This is a smaller sized board. It's very similar to Cuba Libre. I believe it's 17 by 22, I want to say. 17 by 22 inches, which is exactly the same as Cuba Libre. So you can see it's a small board. Once again, mainly the reason it's a small board is they have put the other factions on these separate printed handouts. So you kind of place these around the board and then put your forces there, and they were able to play from there. Very, very well done map, nicely made. Love the relief. Liberty or Death, I think, is the best coin map or coin board. But you can see they have relief of trees in the background. You can see the rivers and the boundaries of these territories clearly marked. Lots of great detail. Love the colors. Always a fantastic part of the coin games. Also, you can see where they've laid it out to make it very easy. They also print, for instance, the victory conditions at the top so that you understand when either you or an opponent are nearing victory. That way you can react and try to do something about that before it's too late. Great board. Deck of cards. I think I already said it. There were 78 cards in this deck. Really simple backs there. I really like the colors, showing the different alliances between the factions fighting against the Roman Empire. Here's an example of those events, or those cards. You can see at the top there are the faction order. So when this card comes up to be played, this is the order that you follow. The Romans are first, and then followed by the other factions. I'm not familiar enough yet with it to tell you exactly who those factions are, but great cards. They always do a great job. Dice, there are 4 dice in this one. A lot of times there are only 3, but really like those colors. That's a really neat, I don't know if that's orange or tan, but really neat color. Great bags they always provide you. So one of the best parts of these coin games are the counters. They do a great job of not only the colors. I love the colors. These are a lot bigger. The legions are huge as compared to some of the other previous games. Look at that. That's wish I had another one to show you, but that's huge compared to some of the others. Also, you'll notice on these the embossing on the ends. So this is the Roman marker, and then here's one of the other factions. But you can see the embossing. Very well done. It's in kind of foil-like color. That's kind of a metallic red matched up against that green. It kind of looks a little bit like Christmas, but it looks great. There's another example of those markers. This is a Citadel, and these are pawns that not pawns, but you kind of identify where you're taking actions. Say you're doing a rally operation, you would put those down. You would remember, hey, I'm rallying here, you take it off, you'd put your pieces down, and then go to the next one. So that's a really nice kind of functional component that they provide you that makes a big difference. So there you have it, Falling Sky, the Gallic Revolt against Caesar, made by GMT Games. Really can't wait to get this one to the table, and I look forward to playing this for a long, long time.